Welcome to Gaming A6 TV, and we are back with more Sea of Thieves guides. As you guys all know, the Sunken Curse event went live yesterday, and there's a bunch of new commendations to earn to get the doubloons, and of course, a new gear set to buy to look pretty cool, and all that cool stuff. So with that being said, let's go over to Duke at the tavern, and let's take a peek. Now we can buy something called the Whaling Barnacle Set. You can get the dress, the hat, and the jacket. And of course, as always, you can get the gold for 10, 15, and 20 each, or each of the reputation levels for 30 each. If you want to, depending on how good your progress is towards Pirate Legend. So with that being said, as always, I'm going to run down the accommodations, and I'm going to give you the strats on how to do this and what you need to do to get all this stuff. But first, we're going to do some supply gathering, as always, before we set out to our voyage. You want to make sure you have a fuck ton of bananas for this, because we're going to need a lot of them. Now, with that being said, let's take a look at accommodations. So there's 3 different types of crystals. Sapphires, emeralds, and rubies. As you guys can see, there's accommodations to get 3 of each of them, and then there's accommodations to get 15 of each of them. And once you do all of those, you'll get 2 titles. Curse Breaker and a Master Curse Breaker, and then if you get 100 total statues, you'll get a Legendary Curse Breaker. So it's pretty cool, and you get a shit ton of doubloons, of course, as always, which is the most important. So basically, these statues are around the shores of islands, and they spawn randomly, and they're random. There's no specific locations. As you guys can saw here, I just jumped out of the boat and I saw it here, and the way you can locate them is by listening to sounds. They let out these sonic waves type deals, and they're really easy to hear. So this was a Sapphire. Just take out your blunderbuss, shoot it 3 times, and it'll be GG. They're basically made for solo players. So the emeralds are made for duos or more, and of course the rubies are made for 4 people at least. But we're gonna show you how to solo all of them, and also how to do them with your friends. Now for the emeralds solo, what you want to do is grab a blunderbuss, shoot it 5 times point blank, right there, up face, close, and personal, and then take out your sword, and then just keep hacking at it until it completely gets destroyed. Now, notice that when you do this, you take damage because they're cursed, so as you guys can see, my health is slowly chipping away. So make sure you have at least 5 bananas on you, and that way you can heal and, you know, out-heal that damage that you take, and then finish them off with the sword. And this is how you basically solo emeralds. You don't really need anyone for this, it's pretty easy. So yeah, that's how you do it. Now, if you're doing this with friends, it's a lot easier, and the best way to do this is usually bring a friend with you, both of you use the blunderbuss, and it's pretty much going to be GG for the emerald pretty quickly here. As you guys can see here, my friend joined a little bit late because he's kind of lazy, you know. Don't tell him I said that, though. Shout out to Matt Main 262. Good job, brother. Other than the fact that you're a little bit lazy, but hey, you know, I gotta do what you gotta do, right? So as you guys saw here, he came in here, helped me out, and we hacked it away with a sword at the end, and it was done. Now, for the rubies, you can do this with 2 people. As a matter of fact, you can do this by yourself. For the rubies, you can use the same strat. You can both use blunderbusses, up, face, close, and personal, and then you're just gonna keep hacking away at it. So the difference between the ruby and emerald and sapphire is that they're just really have a fuck ton of health, and you just need to keep whaling as much as you can. And the problem is that you have to heal more, but you're basically doing 4-man damage with 2 people. Obviously with 4 people or 3 people it'll be a lot quicker because there's 3 or 4 people shooting it with a blunderbuss right at the same time. But I'm just here to show you that it is possible to do this together without using a galleon or whatever, or without having other people in your party if you don't want to, if you just want to do this with a particular friend or something like that. So as you guys can saw here, we're just hacking away at it after we spent all of our ammo and all that good stuff. Now I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say, why don't you just go back and get the ammo and come back down? Well, you can't really do that because they regen health really quick. So by the time you get ammo from the ship, and by the time you get down to the water, you're gonna get screwed. So over here, this emerald is a lot deeper, and because it's deeper, we're gonna be taking damage also from being underwater for so long from drowning. Can you do this while you drown and take damage from the ruby with 2 people? Yes, you can, and this is an example of it. So this is exactly what we're doing here. We're doing the same thing. This one's a little bit tougher because, like I said, it's under the water. So we're going to start taking a lot more damage because we're also drowning. And we can't, like, leave this out. So what we do here is basically one person, you know, hits it, or 2 people hit it at the same time, and the other person tells the person, hey, I'm going to eat a banana while you hack away at it with a sword. And then we just take turns and rinse and repeat until it dies. So you see, I ate there, and now he's gonna go eat while I'm hacking away at it. So see, there he goes, taking a break, so he stays alive, because someone has to keep hitting it, otherwise it's gonna regen health, and you don't want that. And you're gonna be here forever, and you're not gonna destroy it. and it's almost dead. So in here I messed up a little bit, but it's all good. So there we go. I ate my last 2 bananas, and it's about to die. So yeah, any minute now. Takes a little bit. There it goes. So how do you solo these? Well, as you guys can imagine, powder kegs do a lot of damage. So what you want to do is, whether you're with a friend or by yourself, you can grab a fuck ton of powder kegs from the forts. They usually always stacked with them, and you want to get at least 5. It takes about 5 powder kegs minimum, I think. Maybe you could do it with 4, but I wouldn't risk it, to be honest with you. But 5 is instant kill for the rubies. So grab 5 powder kegs from the forts, and basically I'm gonna show you how you can do this solo. I do have a friend with me in the game, but he's just, you know, helping me out to make this process quicker, you know, gathering the kegs and whatnot and all that good stuff. So you know, put them up how you want to. The only problem is with doing ruby solo is that if they're deeply underwater, you're not going to be able to do it because the powder kegs are going to float up. But in here, as you guys can see, the ruby is right on the shore, so I'm able to use the powder kegs. So I'm going to take out my sniper, get away from them, and, you know, get some distance. Boom! I'm going to shoot them, and I don't know if you guys can notice it, but I just got some doubloons. Unfortunately, the watermark is covering it. But I just destroyed it. I just did a commendation, and yeah, and that's it. That's how you guys do this. So, as you guys can see, if you guys keep using this guide or these methods, you will be there in no time. As you guys can see my progress over here, I'm almost done with it. I got, like, most of them already. I only need 2 more rubies, and I'm gonna get my master title anytime now, and I'm 58 out of 100, and I'm gonna get my legendary. So that's the guide for this, guys, and I hope it was really helpful for you. If it was, please let me know. Like and comment and subscribe, and as always, Gaming Instincts, we'll see you soon, and come back for more!